Getting there, Chris. Getting there. We're getting there. 370. You got to step outside. Working on it, Red. What's the significance of the screen name, Redfoot? Wouldn't have anything to do with the usual suspects, would it? Trevor Ishall, he's under the desk, I believe. You guys getting hot up in St. Paul's, getting hot as hell down here as well. Your stage name, gotcha. Oh, I have no idea what he's going to do with Maduro. Maybe he did get Maduro to cop to a plea deal. But if he doesn't have any evidence to back it up, then there's really nothing there. He's going to waste his fucking time and say that that these two senators are illegitimate. Hot as balls in East Tennessee. And balls can be hot. Like extraordinarily hot. Like violently hot. Grinder's going to cover Lindsay's funeral. I mean, he did make them a lot of money. Shit, the advertisement alone that man must have consumed. Yes, you have flooding in East Tennessee. No, actually, I was not aware of the flooding. I was aware that there was some flooding out west. Violently hot is apt for the current condition here. Yeah, also, if I may be so bold, Violently Hot Nutsack was the name of my Slayer cover band in '99, and it was kind of a big deal locally. You know, in the field of local live home entertainment, we were fucking gods. Chad from Lancaster. About to have a few days out of town. 31st wedding anniversary. We're about to have a few days out of town ourselves. Hawks Motorhead cover band, yeah. That was a good one. What's going on now is you got to change your name here, man. Sorry, you don't have to do anything, but you know what I mean. It's my fault that you added Chicago to your must-visit list. Well, I mean, think it's really Chicago's fault for being the fucking greatest city in the United States of America. Keep the different. Yeah, I understand. You're all. Told you, man. You're CIA, and there's nothing you're gonna do to convince me otherwise. But I appreciate your CIA skills, your your trade craft. You do it well. Did you support Pope Francis? In what fucking way? Oh, you don't get a lot of flooding because you're up in the mountains? Does Chicago have a regional barbecue style? Not really. I'm fine. Working like a rented mule. You won't go on a cruise because you're afraid you're going to get eaten by a giant squid? Really? Seems slightly irrational. Are you hoping we stay on daylight savings time? I'm hoping that we don't have to change the clocks anymore. Which time we land on, I don't know. Split the difference and call it a day. Greetings from Joliet, home of the Home Cut Donut, also home to Dairy Queen. Have you noticed that I have stolen your cover band gag in your comments? Well, I've noticed some people saying some things, but there's so many goddamn comments. That's all you doing that? I've heard of passengers bringing their own life jackets on cruises. I I haven't ever seen that, but I'm sure somebody out there does. Listen, there are more than enough life jackets to go around on a fucking cruise ship. Hell, every goddamn cabin has a couple under the bed or in the closet or some fucking where. Hang on. What? Right? Ashton, Chris. Homage was your Wham cover band name? Sorry, I'm doing too many things at one time. Today I did 32 videos and 31 shorts, a load of laundry, uh, 2 loads of laundry, I think. Watered the flowers, harvested the zucchini, scheduled my memes for tomorrow. Did thumbnails and had to replace a bunch of videos that came over with no sound. That's always fun. You got your driver's license? Congratulations. More akin to a Motorhead cover band. We don't want to start acquiescing to our friend Hawk. You encourage that kind of behavior, he's going to keep it up. Before you know it, he's going to be in bands named after all kinds of people's assholes. I did not see Bon Jovi in New York. My wife did. Saved these old knees and this old back for AC/DC in September, which is coming around the bend quickly. I hate pro-Israel and pro-capitalist candidates and will never vote for them again. Okay. Do you plan to do more content like the video where you talked about Bigfoot and aliens? I talk about whatever comes up, man. You know what I mean? Daughter and baby are doing well. What? What? I'm a controversial figure in the world of the insane? Oddly enough, my mother's placenta was the name of my Joan Baez cover band in '78. My mother's placenta. That's a good one. What? Lock the clock for sure, but let's lock up the pedos first. Yep. Listen, I tend to want to be in favor of never changing the clocks again. They said if what passed the House today passed the Senate and made its way to Trump's desk for signature, we would never change the clocks again in the United States. And where I'm at in Chicagoland, so like our sunrise in the winter would be like 8:28, it said. Those apostrophes in the band name can be a bitch when it comes to print and shit and stuff like that, right? Social media names, all of that kind of shit. I think Mitch is alive, but barely. The Senate blocked all kinds of stuff today, not just the fusion of the U.S. and Israeli militaries and intelligence agencies, but the additional money that's being requested by uh, Trump's administration for the Department of Defense, which, by the way, is at like they're asking like 1.4 or 1 point something trillion dollars, and then Pete Hegseth had the balls to come back and ask for an additional $350 billion on the side of that, so that we could keep up with the wars. And the Senate today shot all of that down. The Republicans were like, fuck off. You started the war up again without asking us. Pastor's Casket. That band I mentioned to you, Death in Memphis, a Death in N, the letter N, Memphis, Chicago band that the guy who sold me that guitar is part of. So they had their first album or EP or whatever it is they put out. I forget which one it was. Had a casket on it on the cover, and my daughter, who's in college, painted a few murals at his music shop for him, and one of them was when you walk in, he's got this half wall that behind it is the desk where somebody greets you, and the area where you repair guitars and shit. And it's a very long half wall, and she did a music staff with different band logos as the notes throughout the music staff, and the whatever, I forget now, I'm not musically inclined, whatever that is at the beginning of the music staff, it's the casket. um, Doc, how you doing? I'm glad you still like turtles, Mr. Mouse, and you keep on liking those turtles. You saw this morning's inflation report. Yes, it was a sharp month over month slowdown, which is positive news. Let's see if it holds now that the war is back on. How would you stop MAGA fascism? By voting for the only other candidate on each and every ballot that can win. And that would be the Democrat. Yes, Renee still has a YouTube channel. Renee still does content. Oh, the vinyl resting place. Yeah. Can I show a video on here in the background? I don't know. I don't know if I can. Oh no, that just turns off the camera. That's not certainly something we wish to do. Hope I'm having a good day. I'm having a long week, but it's going to be a good week. Sorry, I'm packing cones while I'm talking to you guys. Packing cones. Yes, I am Gen X. I was born in 1972. Still working on this one though. Indeed, Conley, but I'm not the one that got up. So, am I doing extra content this week so that I can enjoy vacation? That's exactly what I'm doing. So instead of 15 videos a day this week, and the week we're on vacation, I'm doing 10 videos, still doing 10 shorts a day, but 10 videos instead of 15 this week and next week. And so every day this week, I'm making the next day's content plus a day and a half to 2 days worth of content for vacation week. And when she gets done editing the thumbnails and everything and descriptions, then I'll go through and I'll schedule those out. I've already got a handful of videos scheduled out. And so that putting that work in this week means next week I can literally fucking relax. The 9 a.m. shorts will all be scheduled. All of the videos will be scheduled. There'll be some work I'll have to do in the morning because of the platform I use to move videos around. But nothing that won't take more than 10, 15 minutes. Mouse in the house. What are you talking about? Yes, he did shrink the national parks yet again. Those two national parks yet again, opening up mining possibilities. And he's selling it off as bullshit that it isn't. He said that the reason why that they needed to open up these lands on the national parks was because you could barely walk through these national parks. You couldn't hike, you couldn't camp, you couldn't hunt, you couldn't fish, when you could do all of that. And it was all clearly stated in the laws and the proclamations that were signed by the presidents to make these areas national parks. You could do all of that. What you couldn't do is you couldn't mine the minerals. What Trump did was he made it so that you could mine the minerals. He did that today. And he said so that you guys could hunt and fish. He's selling people on lies again. You can't quite put your finger on it, Mo. If you think about it long enough, I'm sure it probably come to you. But it's like one of those things where it's probably like on the tip of your tongue. You know what I mean? Just saying. Medina, yes, we're going on a cruise. Mo, you got to go catch up on my other lives. They're all on my page here. They're all like in the form of a video on my main page. What do I think he's going to say this Thursday? That he's got some proof that doesn't actually exist that the 2020 election was rigged, specifically in Georgia, and he's going to declare both of those senators illegitimate senators and declare the Republican challengers the winners. And that's not how any of this shit works. And the next day, the duly appointed, the duly elected Democratic senators from that state will be in Washington, D.C., doing their jobs. And the two people that Donald Trump said are the winners won't be. Do I watch WWE? No. No, the Thursday is not going to convince anybody of jack shit, other than the fact that he has truly lost his fucking marbles. If he thinks he can just take to the podium and go, these two senators are illegitimate. He is still, 6 years later, hung up on the fact that he lost Georgia. Situation normal. Thank you for the $2 tip. Greatly appreciated, as well as the kind words. First tip of the night. I remember that one night that dude came in and kept dropping $100 in here. Wound up with like $700 at the end of the night. Box of Rain is your favorite Grateful Dead song. He will use this fabricated evidence as a pretext to interfere with these midterms. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The Bison. Would rather watch nothing than to watch one fight from UFC. You got to see the Bison video. What? Okay, what am I missing in the Bison video? Oh, you talking about the guy that got flipped up in the air by the buffalo? The old man that got too close and then had to take off running, and he fucking. Yeah, that was kind of crazy. Thank you for the $10.10 tip, Trevor. Ever thought of doing a man on the street type videos talking to other people? No, not really. No, there are enough people that do that type of content, and I am actually mutuals with a few of them that actually do that type of content. And no, I like what I do. I give my opinion on the news and social issues of the day, the week, the month, and then I take video when I'm off doing something somewhere. But Nah, the man on the street thing is not for me. Are you gay? No. M. Bison, LOL. Would be fun to quiz people on the cruise about current events. I don't want to be bugging people on the cruise about, you know what I mean? People trying to enjoy their vacation, all of a sudden I'm rolling up on them going, so, what do you think of the current state of Hormuz? Thank you for the gold coin. Greetings from Maine. Please do the right thing, Maine. Don't let Susan Collins back in. We are going on widening class gap takes flight as U.S. airlines pour billions. I don't even know what the hell that was all about. We're going on Norwegian again. This time out of Miami. We are going to have, so it's going to be, we take off on day one. Day two is a sea day. So you're just cruising at sea, no port, for those of you that have never cruised. And then we go Cozumel, Mexico, Roatan, Honduras, Belize, Costa Maya, Mexico, sea day, back in port. How are the cruises? We like them. This is our fourth cruise on 3 different lines. This was the second time we'll actually do this run. Renee and I did this itinerary by ourselves. Now we're going to have 2 of our kids and my mother-in-law with us. Oh, I'm never buying any of that art on one of those ships. That shit's expensive as fuck. This piece here is a mere 16,000. Huh? Fuck off. What's your recommendation for cruise lines? If you got kids, Royal Caribbean. If your kids are maybe a little bit older, you know, like more like teens and stuff like that, you could do Royal Caribbean or Norwegian. If you're looking for really fewer kids, Celebrity was a nice option for us. If you're looking for more of a party atmosphere, we've never been on it, but it does sound like Carnival's got a little bit more of an upbeat pace and a little bit more of a nightlife to it. Disney cruises, if you want to swing that kind of coin for little kids, or if you're a Disney adult, fuck it. I mean, it depends on what you're into. You know what I mean? If you got young kids, probably, yeah, Disney or Royal Caribbean. And then obviously look at the destinations, look at the ports. What are you going to be able to do in the ports? If it's Disney, it's probably going to be a bunch of ports that's going to be that are going to be kid friendly. With Royal Caribbean, you're going to have to like check the itineraries, see what's on the agenda, if you will. You want your band to play a cruise? We used to follow a bunch of people that I think Renee still does follow people that work on cruise ships and what the lifestyle is like on the cruise ship and how it's all contracted and how it all works out and everything. We've never been on a Princess. We've never been on an MSC. We've never been on a Carnival. We did Royal Caribbean to the Bahamas. We did Norwegian on this route that we're doing now. We did Celebrity to Alaska, and now we're doing Norwegian on this route a second time. The ship that we are going on does have 2 or 3 water slides. So, you know, that tells me that there are probably going to be a few more kids on this one. Maybe. The water slides? No. I'm going to actually probably be exhausted because when we go to Cozumel, we've got an excursion. When we go to Roatan, we're going to the beach uh, on the little island. When we go to Belize, it's probably going to be either beach or pool. And when we go to Costa Maya, we're going to see the ruins. When I get back to the ship, each one of those days there is not going to be any. Let's go climb the water slides in my world. You're what? Sick of the summer heat? Yeah, I'm sick of the heat as well. And I'm going to fucking the coast of Mexico in July again. No rematch. I didn't celebrate it. I'm not going to mourn it. Is what I'm going to do. You know what I mean? It's I'm going to speak honestly about him. You have a complicated relationship with the Heat. Yeah, likewise. Oh, I hate the deficit that they run. Is that the number? I don't know if that's the exact number or not, but yeah, I hate the fact that they run a deficit. Thank you for that, Rusty. You'll take hot over cold any day? No, I'll take cold over hot every day. Mo, that's that's accurate. Listen, somebody will, but a majority won't. Jacob, thank you for the 4.99 tip. What do you think will happen if Trump declares Georgia senators illegitimate and also has Maduro say he rigged the 2020 election? Nothing, because there's no legal mechanism for him to do anything. He'd have to provide evidence and take it to court, and I don't even think at that point in time there's a legal mechanism for anything to happen. There is no evidence because it did not happen because you cannot rig these elections because these machines are not tied to the internet ever in any way, shape, or form. He's insane. He's obsessed with the fact that he lost Georgia, so he's going to make an ass out of himself on national TV and have some type of king-like proclamation that the duly elected senators from the state of Georgia are not actually duly elected. And that's going to go exactly fucking nowhere. Yes, I do like the talking heads. You know what? I agree with you. Maybe Trump should be the first president to go up in a SpaceX rocket. Maybe that's just the kind of uniting force we as a people need. And yes, Trump did collapse and back down on his own shit today, a day after he said it. Again, this guy is an absolute fucking joke. Yesterday, he said that we are going to be taking 20% of all of the value of all the. If you want the ships to go through the strait, you need to give me 20% of the value of its cargo to protect it. And then today, he said, we're not doing that. Am I de-seeding? No, fuck no. There's no seeds in this bud. I'm packing. And that's enough for tonight. Elon and Wisconsin. I haven't read anything yet. Congrats again to the New York Knicks. Yeah, I was going to say I haven't seen Seeds in a while. Bud? Yeah, agreed. No, there is no guarantee that Trump is going to talk on Thursday. I mean, I'm pretty sure he is, but yeah, he could change his mind 5 minutes before he was going to go on. David Bowie's okay. I couldn't sit here and rattle off albums. I'm your Huckleberry. Say when. No, I don't like York peppermint patties because I don't like eating frozen toothpaste. Far right's trying to take over in Australia. Priest, hello. The noises took me back to my junior high school days. All right. How close was Trump to dropping a slur in that Fox interview? I think he was right there. I think he was right there. I think he almost fucked up. And it wouldn't have even been a fuck up because they'd have still stuck by him. But I think he was like, he was right fucking there. Red mulch is the devil. Love your content. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Yeah, red mulch is the devil. Don't ever, 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 ever buy red mulch. Yes, I like the cars. What the hell is red mulch? It's mulch that's red. The Bronx, how you doing? Yes, I was a landscaper. Where am I from? I'm from the suburbs of Chicago. Ashton, where are you from? Your mom loved red mulch? Oh, good God. The cars do rock. Obama gave them 1.3 billion or whatever it was. He calls them out, even though it was his own money, their own money. He gives them 30 billion. Exactly. Rankin County, Mississippi. And you never heard of mulch before? Am I a movie buff? Not really. No shit. Mulch is like ground up trees. And there are different levels to how fine you grind it up. And you grind up these trees and you spread them in your planting beds around your bushes and your flowers and circles around your trees. And sometimes people dye it red and sometimes people dye it black. I'd prefer it just the original brown of the color of the trees. Nitty gritty dirt band, right on. Illinois is supposed to be pronounced Illinois, named after the Illini, Illinois tribe, the Illini Indians. Here where I'm at, there were a lot of, I guess, Potawatomi. Roger that, Ashton. Yep, we were just talking about that a little bit ago, Alex. It's cheaper if you buy bags of weed instead of pre rolls. Yeah. Was somebody suggesting otherwise? I don't recall that particular topic of conversation coming up in this specific live. Jose, you want to rewrite that? Why not just grow it? My cats would eat it. Do you do all the shorts? What do you mean, do them all? Oh, never mind. You despise when people say Missouri instead of Missouri? They did a town hall meeting in Deep Red, Nebraska, and the GOP went full reefer madness. Kentucky? Kentucky? It's Kentucky. And it's Louisville. Illinois. Yeah. Hot brownie fudge sundae. When I first read the first part of that, I thought you were talking about the hot brown sandwich in Kentucky. Amendments 4 and 5 they're putting on the primary election ballot. You want to give me the Cliff Notes versions, Chris? People are becoming more and more liberal when it comes to marijuana. There's a sandwich named that. It technically is a sandwich, but I don't really think of it as a sandwich. So what a hot brown is like you get a, you know, the little skillets with the handle that they make the skillet breakfast in, right? Those little cast iron skillets, and they put a piece of bread with no crust in the bottom, and then they decrust another one and they diagonal it, and they put the four pieces upward, and then they put on that bread big chunks of turkey, like from a Thanksgiving turkey, and like some type of cream sauce and cheese and a couple of pieces of bacon and then like I think two fried eggs. And this whole thing gets constructed in layers and heated at certain different points, and then it all gets thrown into like I guess the salamander for a minute or two when it's all said and done, and you eat it with a fork. That's called a hot brown, and it's served at what hotel? The Brown Hotel in is it Lexington, Kentucky, maybe? Okay, hang on a second here. Amendment 4 is to change rules that instead of a simple majority, it's majority of the districts. Amendment 5 phases out income tax and property tax. Jesus Christ. The salamander, like the little broiler that you throw the little pans and dishes into to broil them down for a minute. You heard that it is legal to pronounce Arkansas as it's phonetically shown as Arkansas. I don't know. I know that it's a $5 ticket if you say if you call Joliet Joliet in the city of Joliet. The SAVE Act does not have the votes, and now it has even fewer votes. Oh, I know I'm getting old. Brian Johnson or Bon Scott. Bon Scott's an absolute fucking legend. But this is the AC/DC that I grew up with. Yes, the brownie, the regular old chocolate brownie, was invented in the city of Chicago. A lot of things were invented in Chicago. The Twinkie was invented in Chicago. The Affy Tapple is from Chicago. The Italian beef, obviously. Yes, the SAVE Act is voter disenfranchisement, which is why it doesn't have the votes. It also doesn't have the votes because it's unconstitutional. It'll get immediately challenged and run up to the Supreme Court. It, the federal government does not control state elections. They just don't. You're what? Yeah, Susan Collins can fuck off. Oh, I always liked David Lee Roth much better than Sammy Hagar, but they made some incredible music with Sammy Hagar. But David is was just he was the perfect front man for that band and that time. What? Louisiana as Louisiana. I love when good musicians leave a band and you get two bands. Yeah. So David Lee Roth, probably the best thing that happened to him was that he wasn't in Van Halen because he was really kind of at their pinnacle. He was out of control, which is partly what made him such a great rock frontman for the '80s. Oh, Ozzy Osbourne for sure.
I'm still working on videos, but Nora's calling me.
Oh, sorry. Well, not sorry, but our granddaughter just had her tonsils removed yesterday. What does it say? I want to know if you knew that Chicago was founded by a Haitian guy, Dusable. Yeah, Dusable. Widely recognized all over the city of Chicago. Cheese dip was invented in Arkansas. Well, fucking flex on, playa. Flex on. Just be out there like, yeah, motherfucker. Cheese dip, bitches. What you got? What you got? What time do I go to sleep? 10ish. Elvis was from Mississippi. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. I still want to know what everybody's got to brag about when it comes to their town. Old boys coming up with or their state. They got cheese with dip. Next, am I an early riser? I'm out of bed about quarter to 6, 6 o'clock, maybe as late as 6:30 usually. I'll flex on that till the day I die. Fuck yeah, cheese dip. Like I'm always like, we invented the Italian beef sandwich. Kiss my entire ass. the Twinkie, the brownie, the pinwheel cookie, right here, motherfucker. Pittsburgh put fries on the sandwich. I know, and that bothers me. I really, 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 really want to try a Permante's Brothers sandwich, but I don't want the fries on the sandwich. And I'm afraid I'm going to... Is Jerry still around? Because I'm afraid I'm going to piss her off. And then I'm going to die on my own live stream. And that's just... That sucks. I mean, killer ratings for my wife to make money off of in my absence, but... Alicia, hello. Everybody's fine. We got a new cat living outside. We are expecting our second great-grandson in December, right on. Meatball sandwich. Solid sandwich. Solid sandwich. Renee is down at the other end of the house at the moment. Pretzels with white, sharp cheddar cheese dip. Not necessarily my jam. Pretzels and cheese from the mall. Did you go to the concert already, or is that next month? Which concert are you talking about, Dominique? I haven't gone to my concert, but Renee went to hers. Yes, I have heard that, Watchdog. Fuck no, I don't dip my fries in mayonnaise. Are you out of your fucking mind? Snoop Dogg? I dig his music. You almost became part of the cat distribution system. You need to work harder, my friend. Oh, yes, Tommy and I are going to see AC/DC in September. Renee went to see Bon Jovi a week ago. What's the worst sandwich? I don't know. Do I dip my fries in mustard? No, mustard is vile. Mustard is an evil concoction that Tommy no likey in any form. No, mustard doesn't go on anything ever for any reason whatsoever, unless it's in the mixture that my wife uses on the deviled eggs, obviously. But that's it. That's it. That's the extent of all of that. Is mustard the malort of condiments? Yes. Yes. Not even on hot dogs? Good God, no. Ketchup and relish go on hot dogs. If you want onions, if you want a tomato wedge, fine, so be it. But ketchup and mustard, or ketchup and relish, mustard is it's a vile, evil concoction that is very much bad for my mouth. Sauerkraut? Come on, dog. The fuck are we doing? Why are you giving me fillers to begin with, but then vile, disgusting tasting fillers on top of that? I gotta tell you something. As somebody who's 54 years old and who grew up in that era, I thought the height of wealth was when you leaned out of the back of your limousine to ask the person in the following, the limousine next to you, if they had any Grey Poupon. Look at these motherfuckers here. Richer than fuck. Out here with whole ass meals in front of them while they drive to the park, getting some Grey Poupon. We were so fucking duped. Horseradish is good? No. No, it's not.
She's actually talking pretty good.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
I know. How long does it take to bounce back from that type of procedure?
It's usually like a solid week.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, they're cutting, like you got raw
Well,
fillers.
here's the thing. She speaks so much that she had muscles. You know, she's a fast healer in the region.
She is. So, she got her oxalata stuffed animal that says get well soon.
Nice.
Her tonsils and adenoids.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
I don't care for wasabi, no.
Love you.
Love you too. Renee's videos rule. Pick up your game, Tom. I will work harder on it. Blue cheese is vile. Vile dog shit. Just without question, out of bounds horseshit. What about the fancy cheese that ages with maggots? The fuck? Doritos and mayonnaise? You sick fuck. Cottage cheese? Fuck all the way off. Are any of the animals with you? Frank is under my desk. I don't even know what the fuck that means, man. Fries dipped in blue cheese mixed with fermented fish sauce. You can get the fuck out. You can get out of my room right now. What do I dip my wings in? It depends. If I get wings that already have buffalo wing, like original hot buffalo wing sauce on them, then I dip that into the buffalo wing sauce itself. I just get another cup of that. If we go and we get like naked wings, whether they be bone-in or boneless, we just order side dips that you dip in individually, and then I'll usually have a buffalo, a regular buffalo, definitely a barbecue, like a sweet barbecue, and if I can get it like a Caribbean jerk, and every so often I'll throw in an Asian zing. Really? Really? You're just gonna walk in here and talk like that to me? Ed just fucking rolled up to me, just
And what did he
fat swaying,
wanted?
and he went, "Meow."
He got what he wanted. You're his bitch. You know why?
Huh.
Because it's 7:58. He can wait a minute. Once I'm done with the short though.
Yeah, he's chilling. This is Renee's cat, though. He's only in here because she's working over there and doesn't have time to give him the appropriate amount of attention. These fucking people are all blind. They think you're cute. Tell them about your evil streak. Tell them. Speak the truth to the people. Let them know how you can be. Let them know that of the 5 cats that live in this house, you're known as the biter. Aren't you? Meow? Really? You're going to speak to me that way? Yeah, okay. All right. All right. You go to your mama. Fucking crazy. You're crazy. Crazier than a shithouse rat. Does Eddie ever leave the house? If Renee's on the deck, like getting herbs off the herb garden or feeding the bird, filling the bird feeders, are you fucking really going to be in here making noise like that? Then he'll be like on the deck with her, hanging out. If Lily goes down into the yard with him, he'll definitely hang out in the yard with her for a minute. No. Get. Come on, get on out of here. I can see what you're doing already. You're eyeballing my shelves. You haven't tried cheese until you've tried Wisconsin cheddar cheese. That's just out of left fucking field, my man. Just like out of fucking we're whole ass conversations about all kinds of shit, right? Politics and social issues and fat cats, and you just stroll in the middle of that and went, Wisconsin cheese. Rick, take it easy. You saw the color stripes on an SUV today. Are you telling me that was a Tonka reference? This here? This is the Tonka truck logo from back in the day. The big yellow metal trucks that we played with when we were little kids. This is the logo. If you saw this on a van, then maybe that was, an homage to Tonka. I don't know. Everyone has their own declaration. I guess so. Wisconsin is cheese. Yeah, I mean, obviously that's accurate as fuck, but they're also very weird in Wisconsin. They eat raw meat at dinner parties and shit. Tonka's was built tough. Kenosha, Wisconsin is weird. You want to widen that circle out a little bit? Would I wear a Packers cheese head? I have no reason to, but I'm also not opposed to it. What are your thoughts on the Beatles song Revolution 9? Vermont is weird and cheesy. Cannibal sandwiches, I remember those. I have no opinion. Vermont is it really cheesy? It's weird, but is it cheesy? Cannibal sandwiches. Yes, the you're talking about like when they pick at the raw meat in Wisconsin? Oh, Jesus fuck. Priest, I used to wear hats all the time. I very rarely wear hats now. Rolling tetanus shots, exactly. You are originally from Vermont, but now you live in Mumbai. Is it like a rare skin, huh? Glad to catch a Taco Tuesday on a Wednesday morning heading to work. Well, you're welcome. Have you been to the U.S. Virgin Islands? No, I haven't. But it does sound like a place that I'd like to visit at some point in time. Raw sirloin burger, salt and pepper, rye bread. Exactly. Fuck that shit. Not doing it. Charter goes way, way back to the days of this psycho troll of mine that would from West Virginia that was constantly talking about how the West Virginia militia was going to take over the nation of Canada by itself. That goes in the Wayback Machine. That's been a couple of years now, I believe. Here's a bad memory for you, Tom. Biscuits and gravy. Man, fuck off. Don't be dissing Wisconsin. Old man Murphy will be coming for you. I'm not dissing Wisconsin. I'm just saying they've got some weird habits. I love my Wisconsin neighbors. Absolutely. Them some drunk motherfuckers. If you've ever looked at a map of the 50 drunkest counties in the United States of America, like 46 of them are in Wisconsin. You know what I mean? Uh, I'm not dissing them. I'm just saying they're built different. Oh, I'd rather be in Wisconsin than Ohio any day of the week. If those were my two options, I got to go to Wisconsin or I got to go to Ohio. Fuck yeah, I'm going to Wisconsin. What? I'm in Ohio. It sucks here. you will notice there's an entire conversation about testicle eating happening in the comment section, and I am not participating in that. Would you rather spend 1 second in Florida or 1 second in Ohio? Florida. I'm going to Florida in less than a week. That's where the cruise ships are. Rocky Mountain oysters. Pass. Pabst. That's a blast from the past. Where I get my haircut, the poster just under the mirror is Hams from the land of crystal clear blue waters. Remember Hams? Oh, fucking A. You're going to go to sleep? Take it easy. Family that moved to Florida. It's a shame I'll never see them again. Have you ever been to Philly? Yes. What is Renee's favorite color? I would say pink, but it might be peach.
I would say more pink, yeah. Pink or purple.
Don't be dissing on Ohio. They have the Rock and Roll Hall of Shams. Listen, there are things in Ohio that are worthy of being saved, but most of Ohio is a lost cause. Off to work soon. Sunny morning in Mumbai. Ohio potatoes. Buckeyes? You mean the Suckeyes? As a Canadian, my wife and I have to boycott Florida and most of the USA right now. We miss you folks, but don't want to take the chance. Totally understand. Would I ever go to India? Yes, I would. But here's the deal. Like, I wouldn't just fly to India for a vacation. It would have to be part of a longer or larger stay where it was a place that we visited while we were in the region. Well, thank you, Kurt. I appreciate that. If LeBron does go back to the Cavs, then, I mean, it just proves how fucking stupid Cleveland is. Would I ever go to Puerto Rico? Yes. I'll stay here in California. Love my home. Right on. Indian food is awesome. You know, I believe on every cruise ship that we have been on to date, there has always been an Indian food section of the buffet. I anticipate that's going to be the same way on this ship, and I've never tried it. Maybe I should give it a look-see. Oh, I would absolutely visit Australia. Yes, I believe Lindsey Graham is really dead. You quit drinking in 2020? Congratulations. You want to move to Washington, and would that be D.C. or the state of? How am I? I'm fine. I'm alive. Listen, I've tasted Indian food. What not on the cruises, not in the buffets. I've tried Indian food. I was working somewhere and they had some Indian food, and I tried a very little bit of it, and I did not care for what I tried. But I mean, the Indian food station on the cruise ships are usually a pretty fairly visited segment of the buffet. So I mean, obviously there are enough people to like it that there's a station on every cruise ship. Would I go to anywhere in Asia? Oh, absolutely. I'd love to visit Tokyo. I'd love to visit. I would kill to visit the Great Wall of China. Would love to visit the Taj Mahal. Would love to see Vietnam. You know, I'm never going to go climbing mountains, but I wouldn't mind swinging through and seeing the base of the Himalayas there. Love you some butter chicken. See, that's what everybody talks about.
Tom, you like butter chicken.
Tiki masala,
Tiki masala you like too.
tandoori masala. They used Lindsey Graham's life force to resurrect McConnell. Did they crack open his cocoon like on the movie? The brand with the mice problem is called Alani? No, I've never been to Idaho. Would I ever visit? I don't know. If they're. What?
I'm dead.
You're all done? All right, guys, we're going to wrap this up then because I still got work to do. But if there was one food you could eat the rest of your life, what would it be? Tacos, pizza, burgers. What?
Chicken.
Chicken. All right, guys, I got work to do. It's 8:15 our time here, and I've got to schedule all of this content. So, tomorrow night, I'm going to be live 7 o'clock Central Time, and Cannon's Fodder is going to be my guest. So join us tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. We're going to talk about the state of politics and in the country and the upcoming midterm elections and whatever else pops up on her mind. 7 p.m. Central tomorrow night, Cannon's Fodder is my guest, all right? I got to go to work. Take it easy.